This is NBC 10 News.
Hello and welcome to NBC 10 News. I'm Garrett Albanesius.
And I'm Caitlin Lavender. It's Monday, April 16th, 2012. In the news right now, we're following breaking news in Delaware County. Upper Darby police shoot a man who they say swung an axe at an officer. The officer is okay, but the suspect is in critical condition. Police were called to a house on the 2400 block of Green Hill Road around 1 o'clock this morning. They say a 19-year-old man called police saying he was going to kill his family and himself. Authorities say as soon as the first officer walked into the house, the suspect ambushed him.
As the first officer got inside the front door, a male came right out of the closet. It's one of these closets with glass doors on it. Came out of the swinging an axe at the officer. As he was swinging the axe at the officer, struck the officer on the arm. The officer then fired 2 shots at the individual, striking him.
The officer was not hit with the blade of the axe, and he's okay. Police say the suspect has a history of mental illness.
More breaking news into NBC 10. The Mayfair tire slasher has struck again. Police tell us 10 to 15 cars had their tires slashed sometime overnight. The cars were parked on the 4200 block of Aldine Street. Residents discovered the damage around 5 this morning. Over 100 tires have been damaged in Mayfair since last October, leaving dozens of people out hundreds and in some cases thousands of dollars. Stay with NBC 10 for updates on this breaking news story.
In Gloucester County, family and friends are mourning the death of a high school senior killed in a car crash in Washington Township. Saturday night, 18-year-old Nikki Killany was riding in a car with 2 girlfriends when their car was hit by a truck at the intersection of Pittman Downer Road and Altair Drive. The impact ejected one of Nikki's friends. She's in stable condition. No word on the other victim's condition, but Killany died at the hospital. Family, friends, and neighbors created a memorial at the crash site. Her family says there are no words to describe what they're going through.
It's the worst feeling in the world. It's so hard.
I can't even begin to tell anybody what it's like. Nobody should have to go through it.
Police are investigating the cause of the crash. One neighbor started a petition to have a traffic light installed at what he says is a dangerous intersection.
Philadelphia police make an arrest in the Easter Sunday mugging of an elderly woman. Police say 29-year-old Antonio Santiago is the person seen in these surveillance pictures. Santiago is accused of attacking the 94-year-old woman as she walked home from a Northeast Philadelphia grocery store. Police say he stole her purse and knocked her to the ground. The woman suffered a broken arm, cuts, and bruises. Santiago faces robbery, aggravated assault, and other charges.
The Archdiocese of Philadelphia announces that a dozen local parishes are being merged into 5. That means 7 parishes will have to close. In Manayunk, St. Lucie Parish, Holy Family Parish will be merged into 1, and St. John the Baptist, St. Josephat, and St. Mary of the Assumption are combining into their own parish. That will leave just 2 Catholic parishes in Manayunk. NBC 10 spoke with Sunday churchgoers who are upset about the news.
I miss this place. It's unbelievable. It's like losing a family member.
We just enjoyed the people that came in, just fun. Yeah.
Most parishioners, when they talk to you about the parish, they feel like a family, and this is like breaking up a family.
Several parishes in Germantown and in Coatesville, Chester County are also merging. It's all part of ongoing restructuring by the Archdiocese.
Decision 2012, likely Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney will be in Philadelphia tonight. It'll be his second visit to our area in the last week. Tonight at the Franklin Institute, Romney is scheduled to address the Tri-State Tea Party caucus. The timing is no accident. Tomorrow is this year's tax day. Tea Party activists nationwide favor lower taxes and spending cuts. Last Tuesday, Romney made campaign stops in Newcastle and Chester counties.
The Flyers' quest for the Stanley Cup is looking good today. Game 3 yesterday against the Penguins was brutal and nasty, but it was oh so satisfying for the Flyers and their cup-thirsty fans. At the center and on NBC 10, former Penguin Max Talbot tied the game at 1 with his second shorthanded goal of the series. That led to one of many fights on the ice. Pittsburgh superstar Sidney Crosby triggered some crazy stuff when he knocked away Jake Voracek's glove. A hard but clean Braden Shenchek drew a filthy retaliation from former Flyer Aaron Asham. Throughout the game, the Flyers let their sticks do the talking. Matt Reed with a goal. Later, Wayne Simmons broke free for a score. Talbot, Reed, and Danny Briere each scored twice. And then there was Craig Adams, pulling Scott Hartnell's hair. The Flyers won 8-4 to take a 3-0 lead in the Eastern quarterfinals. One thing's for sure, these teams do not like each other.
I don't like them.
Why don't you like them?
Because I don't like them. I don't like any guy on their team.
You know, if they're trying to get under our skin, they're not. They're just, I think they're more frustrating themselves, which is great.
I understand the rough game. I understand the guys with the puck, you can hit it, and I love the rough game. But when guys don't have a puck and you hit, blindsided, I don't understand that, and that league should, get on that.
We're playing for each other, sticking up for each other, no matter what happens out there. We're having a blast right now. Hopefully we can keep it going. When you win, it's a lot more fun.
Flyers will go for the sweep of the Penguins at the Wells Fargo Center Wednesday night at 7:30. You can watch it on Comcast Sportsnet. While not only are the Pittsburgh Penguins grappling with a 3-0 series deficit, they're being out-wrestled by the Flyers in the stands as well.
And pro wrestler Hulk Hogan is at the heart of it. You may recall this sequence in Pittsburgh. Flyers forward Scott Hartnell mocked a Penguins fan dressed as Hulk Hogan. Hartnell even pressed his hand to his ear a la the Hulkster. Well, last night at the Wells Fargo Center, the Flyers made sure their fans enjoyed the real thing on the in-house view screen.
Hey, Flyer fans, this is the real Hulk Hogan. And I know you've been saying your prayers and eating your vitamins, but I got one thing to say. What you gonna do when Flyers Mania runs wild on you?
Now that's a Hulkamania. That's all for now. I'm Garrett Albanesius.
And I'm Caitlin Lavender. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. I'm Caitlin Lavender. In sports, this was Broad Street Bullies 1970s hockey. The Flyers pummeling the Penguins last night, 158 penalty minutes for the teams and 8 more goals. The Flyers are on a record-breaking scoring spree. Scotty Hartnell and the Flyers give up the first goal for the 13th time in 15 games. Penguins have a 1-0 lead again, but they come back shorthanded. Former Penguin Max Talbot scores, ties it at 1. That is Talbot's second shorthanded goal of the series. We've got a scrum. The Flyers looking good on the power play. This is the first of 2 Danny Briere goals in the first period. Sidney Crosby starts to antagonize the Flyers. He knocks away Jake Voracek's glove. That was, Crosby fighting with Claude Giroux. This gets ugly. Braden Shen delivers a big check. Aaron Asham retaliates with a cross-check to Shen's face and a punch. Asham gone with a game misconduct, 72 penalty minutes in the first period. It's 4-3 in the second period. Jaromir Jagr to Matt Reed, his second power play goal of the game, 5-3 Flyers. But Briz lets in another bad goal. Jordan Stahl shot trickles in, it's 5-4. The Flyers respond with another power play goal. Wayne Simmons breaks free, and he scores 46 seconds left in the second period. The Flyers up 6-4. It gets ugly in the third period. Sidney Crosby trying to pull down Scotty Hartnell. Then Craig Adams pulls Hartnell's hair. The Penguins were going after the Flyers heads late in the game. Flyers win 8-4, one of the most emotional and physical wins ever for the Flyers. They take a 3-0 lead in the series. The Flyers are in the Penguins' heads.
I don't like them.
Why don't you like them?
Because I don't like them. I don't like any guy on their team.
You know, if they're trying to get under our skin, they're not. They're just, I think they're more frustrating themselves, which is great.
I understand the rough game. I understand the guys with the puck, you can hit it, and I love the rough game. But when guys don't have a puck and you hit, blindsided, I don't understand that, and that league should, get on that.
We're playing for each other, sticking up for each other, no matter what happens out there. We're having a blast right now. Hopefully we can keep it going. When you win, it's a lot more fun.
The fourth one's probably the hardest to get in any series, and it's not like they're going to roll over and die. We got the advantage right now. We got to finish them off here at home.
Phillies wrapping up their series with the Mets trying to avoid the sweep. Phils with just 2 runs in the first losses in this series.
15th.
Major League Baseball celebrating Jackie Robinson Day, every player wearing his number 42. Cole Hamels looking for his first win of 2012. Not a good start. 4th batter of the game. Ike Davis takes Hamels to deep to right. It's a 2-run shot. The Mets jump out to a 2-0 lead. But Hamels cruises from there. He strikes out David right here and 1 of 10 Kansas on the day. Hamels goes 7 innings, gives up just 2 runs. But can the Phils get him any run support? Runner on third, 2 out. Lance Nix drives 1 into the left field corner. Scott Harrison can't come up with it. And the Phillies take their first lead of the day in the 7th. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 8th, and Ty Wigginton is going to blow the game wide open. He rips 1 over the head of Harrison, a bases clearing double. The Phillies with 14 hits in the game, they beat the Mets 8-2. Manager Charlie Manuel happy to see some runs on the board.
Along comes the offense, and the offense, that's like the engine that creates the fire and the running power for everything to fall in place. And if you don't score runs, eventually it can wear and tear on your pitcher.
That's sports. I'm Caitlin Lavender. We'll be right back.